Friends, why do you think you constantly feel wrung out, never get everything done, and wake up already tired? Why is there never time, even for the basics working out, quietly sitting with a book, or playing with your kids, for example? Why is it always chaos and rush? The answer is simple and complicated at once, because you spend most of your life not on yourself, but on others. You take on other people's tasks, fill in for them, give rides, rescue them, pull them out of holes, lend them money. Basically, your free taxi, free therapy, and free labor. And all of it because it's painfully hard for you to say one simple word, no. Or, to be even more honest, because you're a convenient person. Maybe you don't want to admit it just like I didn't back then, but that's how it is. And here's the most frustrating part. Deep down, you feel your modesty, selflessness, patience will eventually be appreciated, that people will notice one day that you always help, that you're reliable, kind, a good person. But here's the harsh truth. On the other side, people read it differently. Deep inside they think, this one never says no, you can ride on him. And what's interesting is, many of us were raised from childhood to be convenient. Obey, don't contradict, anticipate adults' moods. Important stuff like walk the line for visiting neighbors. God forbid what they might think. Many of us were simply trained that way. What matters now is you're an adult and you have the right to decide your rules of life, how people may treat you and how they may not. So if you want to be truly respected, valued, and stop being bent to fit others, this is for you. I'll share personal experience on how to stop being convenient for everyone and finally become convenient for yourself. And I'll give 5 simple but highly practical tips to help you calmly say no and finally put yourself first. I saved the most important for last. The last 2 are the strongest and most unexpected, so please listen to the end. Let me start with a question. Imagine I remove all tasks, deadlines, obligations from you in one stroke. You get a completely free day or even a whole week. What would you do first? Here's a fun fact. People pleasers often freeze here, or say, I'd sleep in, because they got so used to living for others, guessing their wishes, trying to please everyone, that they've forgotten what they themselves truly want, and they're exhausted by it. I'm sure many of you recognize yourselves. Studies back this up. For instance, a YouGov poll found almost half of adults, 49%, admit they tend to please others. And often that's exactly why people go to therapy, to set boundaries. You've heard it a million times, but here's what happens. People pleasers often fall into the opposite trap. Someone who's been convenient all their conscious life then suddenly tries to flip it overnight, becoming tough and inflexible. I guarantee you've seen this at least once. One session with a therapist, and by evening his life is changed. He starts enforcing his rights. Everyone around is violating his boundaries. In each person nearby, he now sees a manipulator, a narcissist, an abuser, those fashionable labels. He breaks ties with everyone. At work, he asks for a 10x raise, doesn't get it, quits with, I'm unappreciated. You get the idea. Later, he's alone. No relationships, no friends, no money, but with ironclad boundaries. Quick note, nothing against therapists. I greatly respect the profession. I'm talking about how some people overreact to change. They don't come for deep work, but to offload responsibility and get permission to dump pent-up anger, usually on those closest to them. That's just the other extreme. Truth is usually in the middle. You need balance. Sometimes it's smarter to adapt or yield if it helps you reach your goal, and sometimes you must clearly say no, show character and your position, even if someone nearby won't like it. The art is to tell which is which. So let's unpack this with a simple abstract example. You and a partner opened a pizzeria. Few orders. You propose filming reels and launching delivery to boost sales. You bring it up and he says, no, that's nonsense. We'll lose the clients we have if we waste time on it. Drop it. It's harder because he's older and more experienced. I had exactly this in my first business. I was green. He was ahead in everything. What do you do? 2 paths. 1. Stay silent and agree. Inside, you'll know you bent, swallowed his words, and killed your idea. 2. Adapt to circumstances. Be flexible while preserving the partnership. For example, let's test on a minimal budget. We'll shoot a couple of reels, offer delivery just for our signature pizza. If orders grow in a month, we scale. If not, I admit I was wrong and we stop. See the difference? In the first case, you bent and broke your core. In the second, you adjusted the initial idea, executed, and got a result. There's a good line. Convenience kills, flexibility builds. As Nassim Taleb writes in Anti-Fragile, it's not the strongest who survive, but those who adapt. Flexibility matters in career and business, and also in family, relationships, friendships. Today it's obvious on financial markets too. That's most of my work. Some adapt to a rapidly changing world following how finance evolves and economies shift. Others deny it and likely miss the next big cycle of the new economy and financial world. A simple example. Bitcoin is almost 20 years old and many still refuse to engage. The world is such that if you don't adapt, you fall behind. Same with crypto, and with AI we see it now. Another point about flexibility, it also means relationship building. It's crucial to be friends in business. Not all partners will be best friends forever. Not all are pleasant, but there's a skill of being friends for business. It's practical. Find shared interests and topics that unite you so you can build together. That's enough. But don't slide into convenience or obsequiousness to please the partner and look perfectly agreeable. That usually drags you away from your goals and is dangerous in all its forms. My own rule of thumb, if someone wants to partner and I see he's overly agreeable, soft, eager to please, I won't do anything with him. To me, it signals a weak partner. No opinion, no spine, no position. 1 + 1 won't make 11. He'll just multiply my resources by 0. Same in hiring. A convenient candidate is easy to spot, and I avoid it. It rarely ends well, mostly in conflict. Such a person is sweet to your face, complains and gossips behind your back, and undermines the team. Formally, he works for company goals, but in his head it's, when I go on vacation, everything will collapse and then they'll finally appreciate me. Or he deflates early, feels unvalued, stops trying, gets fired. Same in relationships. He adapts, self-sacrifices, accumulates resentment, then explodes with a list of grievances ending in fights or even divorce. If he'd spoken honestly from the start, things could have gone differently, but he stayed silent, adapted, feared conflict, feared being inconvenient, and created a bigger problem. These examples show how convenient actually becomes very inconvenient and why insisting on your own needs is best for everyone. The ability to say no is a gift not only to yourself, but to all around you. But what if saying no feels physically hard, your throat tightens, your voice shakes, you're scared to ruin things? That's common without practice. So here are a few simple but powerful techniques. The last two I borrowed from Richard Branson and Warren Buffett wise guys. So let's dig in. First, don't be afraid to take a pause. It's the simplest way to avoid getting trapped. When someone asks for your rate, extra help beyond your scope, a loan, or a new project, don't answer immediately. It's easy to auto-say yes just to not seem rude or let someone down. But that impulse formed under stress, you weren't ready. So odds are, you'll go against yourself. Better to say, please give me a little time. I'll think and get back to you. Take a pause, weigh pros, judge cons, assess your capacity and desire. Ask yourself, do I actually want to do this, or is it just hard to refuse? Then decide. No one will be offended if you don't answer on the spot, and the pressure to reply right now is often imaginary. Second life hack. Make a "what I no longer do" list. Sit down and, based on your real cases, write honest rules like, I don't take work without prepayment. I don't answer work messages after 7 p.m. I don't accept projects I'm fundamentally uninterested in. Your list can be anything. What matters is that it's yours. If you work from home, put it on the wall in front of you. A client calls, tries to dump extra on you, your eyes meet, no prepayment, no work, and you can say, I'll think and get back to you. That's your boundary and anchor. If co-workers keep offloading tasks on you, ask to formalize your responsibilities in your contract. I'd also add the opposite list, what I do. Write where your focus goes and literally schedule it. Gym time, learning, finance, history, politics study, etc. When time for yourself is in your calendar, you're less likely to cram extras into it, and you can honestly say, "Sorry, I can't today. I already have plans." Third life hack: start collecting rejections. I picked this up from Jia Zhang. He ran a self-experiment to get 100 no's in a row to stop fearing rejection. He asked ridiculous favors: a ride in a police car, "Can I taxi the plane, please?" Or in a cafe, "May I take a bite of your burger?" Most people said no, and that was the point, to experience rejection and see it's not the end of the world. You don't need to go absurd. Just try a small challenge this week. Intentionally collect a couple of no's. Ask for a discount at the checkout. Invite a public figure you admire for coffee. Propose an unusually bold idea to a friend. You'll see the sky doesn't fall, relationships don't break, and saying no to others becomes easier because fear dissolves when you face it. Try it, and then share your impressions in the comments. Others will find it useful too. Fourth life hack: Branson's rule: don't justify. We often feel obliged to write a whole poem of explanations. Why I can't, why it's inconvenient, why it happened. But it's simpler. If you don't want to, just say no. Calmly, respectfully, without long excuses. "Thanks for asking, but I'm not ready." That's enough. No one needs a report, and the sense of freedom and confidence is immediate. Finally, let's close with a powerful idea Warren Buffett put perfectly. The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. What does that mean for us? Every yes from fear, duty, or habit is a no to yourself, your desires, goals, dreams. While you stay convenient for everyone, smoothing edges, adapting, doing others' work out of kindness, your life passes by. And the saddest part? There's no medal for it, no perks, no thank you for enduring, not refusing, not asking, not choosing yourself. On the contrary, people will pile on more and more. So say yes to yourself. You'll be surprised how fast the world starts adapting to you rather than the other way around. Friends, if these words mattered to you, share in the comments which insights and techniques you're taking with you. I read everything. Your feedback inspires me and gives me energy to make new videos, so don't be shy. Thanks for your trust. See you soon.